a substantial thing. Sorry. I don't have to. Just, Hi, Caitlin. They change my seat every time. Keep me on my toes.
Every time.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, I think so. Well, and this is a whole new layout. I like this layout. This is.
I like it. I like it. Just moving.
I guess you like to start yourself.
I know, a lot of here I'm like seeing. But I did see something too. I did this earlier and I was like, ooh. But I need public glass, like, it's really important. It is for this. So I look really good. That part.
I have all mine.
I have so many headphones. That's just the draft, I like.
Good evening, everyone. Glad that you're here. Before we start the meeting, I wanted to make sure everybody had the draft handout regarding the entertainment lighting and the holiday lighting or trim lighting or things of that nature. Please read over that because that might cut down on the questions that you have or responses that you have. We do have a full agenda today, and we really don't want these lovely ladies here until wee hours in the morning. So just hopefully you can read over that. Yeah, we don't want you here until wee hours in the morning. So anyway, appreciate if you read over that, and hopefully that will answer some of your questions.
Jeff, your seat's in there.
Jeff, you're up there.
Where?
Right there. Yeah. Sit with me, Jeff.
Can't leave me here alone. He's just pretending to be shy. He's really a Okay. You just didn't want to be on the spotlight. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the agenda.
It's been a while, so it's like I'm starting all
What?
Yeah, in your library.
over. Yeah, it's been it's been a couple of board meetings since I've been here. Yeah.
Well, I was there. Now I'm just at
6 o'clock.
Okay, so
Hey.
here we go.
No, one more side of it.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
Caitlin. Chris, do you need help?
Yeah, because I need to be able to see. There you go. That's what we need. So you need to go to your regular packet. That's funny. Hold on.
The second one.
There you go.
Perfect.
Mine was like 3 points way down. So we
Mine was the second one, that's why I said.
The way it was advertised on there, it just depends how they're sold.
All right, thank you for coming out to our board meeting. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna call to order, establish a quorum and introduction. So we do have 4 of our 5 board members here, so we have established a quorum. Name tags for everyone. Made it simple. So we're gonna move right into, Jeff, did you bring the sealed bids?
In my office.
Guess who gets to go get them?
It's not far.
Wait, so do you have your report just in case? All right, we'll add that.
We'll move you to the end.
All right. So Jeff is going to get the sealed bids. So we're gonna move on to opening homeowner forum. So as I mentioned before, we did go ahead and provide the draft language that the board is looking to approve pending legal review and approval from IBLC. So I'm going to open it up to homeowner forum for any of the items listed on the agenda.
Barbara Conrad, Canvas Edge Drive. I had a question about D, 3D, with the plant and tree replacement proposals. I had a comment or a question. We had a tree in our area just magically disappear. It was right by our mailboxes. It was there, and we went on vacation, and we came back, and it was gone. And so I don't know if because it shaded our mailboxes, so it's really nice that like the stuff wasn't baking all day. And so I'm just wondering, is there any way that we can check to see if that's one that's going to be replaced? And then also I have another kind of sort of related question, like landscaping. Through our daily, we take 2 daily walks through the community to walk our dog, and we often see landscaping issues like irrigation. There was the other night we were walking, we saw a huge leak, like it was gushing gallons. It was gushing gallons and gallons and gallons of water. It was after everything was closed. We called Secure Class, there's courtesy control.
Right.
And they said they would take care of it. Is that what we should do when we see
Absolutely.
leaks? And is that only after hours or also during the day as well?
So if it's during the day, feel free to contact the HOA, okay? Because we can have Brightview go over there immediately and address it. Or we're already aware of it, and we're addressing it, it's just we haven't had time to get over there. But if it's after hours, definitely call Courtesy Patrol and we'll get somebody right on it.
Okay, but during the day, we can just call the general phone number and.
Yeah.
There's another reason.
Okay.
I keep forgetting, but it's just a smaller.
We appreciate it, believe me, more eyes and ears we have, the better manage it. Any other agenda items? Comments? Okay, not seeing any, I am going to go ahead and read the ones we got from homeowners. And it's, surprise, surprise, all about the lights. And it says, would like to discuss the trim lights issue. Green, red, and blue lights should not be allowed on the exterior of properties in Inspirata. They run the look and feel of the community. There should be enforcement and standards for having a uniform look for exterior lighting. Lights that are different colors look tacky. I would like the committee to consider instituting a lighting color policy. Next comment is, has the board reached a conclusion on trim lights? Next comment is, has the board of directors made a decision regarding holiday lighting decor use for holiday lights? If yes, can the board explain how there's no violations reported or recommended? So the board is addressing that today. And then the last one was, according to Inspirata committee rules, a acceptable time frame for winter holiday decorations from November 15th until January 15th. All other holiday decorations should be displayed no more than 30 days prior to the day of the holiday and removed within 30 days after the holiday. So anyway, it's going on saying that they should have the right to decorate for the holidays with the lights, as long as the lights are illuminated no more than 30 days prior to and within 30 days after a given holiday. The lights are perfectly within alignment of the community rules and within our rights as homeowners to display. And that was the resident comments on board agenda items. Moving on to action items. Oh, yes, sorry, go ahead.
There are no comments, owner's forum is happening.
Thank you. Okay, meeting minutes, approved minutes of regular session meeting. The board will consider action to adopt the minutes of the last board of directors regular session meeting held on April 19, 2022 that has been previously sent to them. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve the minutes as submitted.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Financial statements. The board will consider action to approve the association's monthly financial statements previously sent to the board under separate cover for the period of March through May 2022, subject to audit. Do we have a motion to approve, subject to audit?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Management committees report, City of Henderson update. Jerry, the stage is yours.
Okay, so where would you like me to stand because it's been rearranged?
Stand on up and be loud.
Oh, right here? Okay, great. So, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here on behalf of Councilman Dan Shaw to give you a report from City of Henderson, some updates that are going on. So the Center of Excellence, the City of Henderson and the College of Southern Nevada broke ground on Monday, January 31st for the Center of Excellence. It's a multi-use development and advanced manufacturing training center in West Henderson. The Center of Excellence is a 17,000 square foot multi-use development that is slated to be completed in late 2022 and will be the primary source to produce Southern Nevada's emerging manufacturing workforce. The Henderson Police Department recently broke ground on its most state-of-the-art substation in West Henderson near Volunteer Boulevard and Via Inspirada. The facility will be home to the Henderson Police Department's Dispatch Center, Police Academy, as well as a future K-9 Memorial Site. The completion is scheduled for early 2023. Some development projects. We have the Centurion, which is at Via Centro and Via Inspirada. This is 24 acres. It's 764 unit mixed use townhouse apartment and retail. There's apartments on Via Centro North. It's 13 acres with 284 units, both 2- and 3-story buildings on Via Centro northeast of Atessa Park. And there's apartments at Via Centro South. That was approved by City Council on July 12th. It's 11.5 acres, 222 units, both 2- and 3-story buildings, companion to Via Centro North apartments and directly south of them. Some infrastructure that's happening around here. Inspirada Builders and the City of Henderson and the HOA have proposed retrofitting a portion of existing bell lights with Cobra head arm assemblies to address failing units and provide a better lighting profile. Under this scenario, the HOA will benefit from cost saving and assist with assumed maintenance of the new standard assemblies going forward. The fixture purchase has been approved and purchase of the fixtures is underway. So some progress there. Development along Volunteer. There are several housing developments under design and construction along south side of Volunteer from Via Inspirada to Gillespie. Along with this, development improvements are being made along Amigo and the extension of the Bermuda and will be constructed to the south of Volunteer. For Via Nobilia and Via Inspirada to Las Vegas Boulevard, full roadway improvements from Via Inspirada to Las Vegas Boulevard continue. Project includes flood control facilities, traffic signals, and water and sewer line construction. Construction began on October 2021 and anticipate 1 year to complete construction. The project is well underway and approximately 70% complete. The funding came from the Regional Transportation Commission, Fuel Revenue Indexing, or FRI, and the Department of Utilities, Services, Water, and Sewer proceeds. And the bid amount was $38.9 million. Volunteer traffic signals and roadway improvements. Design of the traffic signals at the intersection of Gillespie and Volunteer and Bermuda and Volunteer. Streetlights will be added on Volunteer between Gillespie and Bermuda as well. This project also includes various traffic signals north of St. Rose Parkway and miscellaneous areas of small roadway improvements. The overall design is expected to be complete early 2023, and then the project will move into construction. And that again is funded by the fuel revenue indexing from the Regional Transportation Commission. Eastern Avenue from Horizon Ridge to Anthem Parkway. You guys interested in that one? Okay. You never know. Sometimes like we don't care about that, it's so far over there. Okay, so rehabilitation of pavement and ADA enhancements at various locations. that's currently in design and scheduled to advertise this winter with an anticipated construction schedule of 4 to 6 months, not 46, 4 to 6 months. This again is the Regional Transportation Commission fuel revenue indexing, approximately cost is $4 million. And then Sunridge Heights Parkway, Levi to Costco. Construction of new roadway from the edge of the Levi's property to Costco. The project is currently advertising for bids. Construction is expected to be complete by early 23. And this is again with the fuel revenue indexing, approximate cost is $2 million. All right, we recently had an election, primary election, and I assume everybody in this room voted, right? Yeah. That's the only way that you know, you're gonna hire somebody, so. Okay, so the primary election for mayor, Councilwoman Michelle Romero won the primary election, flat out she won. She got 75.78% of the vote. Since this is a nonpartisan race, if you get 50% plus one, you automatically win. So Michelle Romero will be your next mayor in January. Not right now, but in January after Mayor March's term is done. In City Council Ward 3, which is over, you got Lake Las Vegas, you have Cadence, you got the Galleria Mall, Whitney Ranch, that particular area. There's 2 people that did not get over 50% of the vote, but they were the top 2. Now in Henderson, just for clarification, it's an at-large voting. So everybody in Henderson votes, whether you live in the ward or you don't live in the ward. So you're on your ballot, along with all these judges and everybody else. You're gonna have 2 people on your ballot for city council. And that's gonna be either Trish Nash, who came in first with 30.99% of the vote, and Carrie Cox, who came in second at 23.49% of the vote. So you're gonna be deciding which one that you feel is the best person to represent the city of Henderson on the city council. Even if it's Ward 3, you're still voting to make sure, that everything still goes well. So do your homework, look through the candidates and make a decision on which one you feel that you want to hire. Just remember that the city council works for you, don't work for them. So you're hiring them and hire the best person for the job. And then for the municipal court seat, for the judges race, Jeremy Cooley, who is the incumbent judge, won by 53.09%. So that was 50% plus 1. So he automatically wins, and he will continue being the municipal court judge for Department 2. At this point, only the Henderson City Council race will move on to the general election in November with the top 2 finishes. The race for mayor and municipal court judge have been settled in the primary election. And then the rest of the information here are COVID resources. Of course, everyone knows where to get COVID resource information. You can go on City of Henderson website. And then also for Contact Henderson, just as a reminder, if you have any questions, concerns, if the city needs to know something, don't talk about it with your neighbors or your family members. Something needs to be fixed, go to Contact Henderson, let the City of Henderson know so they can fix a problem. Because otherwise, if you complain to each other and you say government doesn't do anything, well, did you tell them that there's a problem? And then once they know that there's a problem, then they'll come fix it. So please utilize Contact Henderson for any comments, any information that they need to know. They need to know if there's at the park, if one of the sprinklers is broken, something like that. Make sure you use Contact Henderson. So that ends my report. And thank you so much again for allowing me to be here on behalf of Councilman Dan Shaw.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. All right, moving on. Management update. As of May 31st. Oh, go ahead and announce the bids that we're going to be opening.
So sealed bids, Jeff went and grabbed those for us. We're opening sealed bids throughout the rest of this management report for items 14, 15, and 16 on the agenda. So for Porta de Ferro wrought iron repainting, we're opening bids from Unforgettable Coatings, Empire Works, and Certa Pro Painters. And then for item 15, Porta de Ferro asphalt repair seal coat, we're opening bids from J&J Enterprises, American Pavement Preservation, Sunland Asphalt, oh, one more, and Holbrook Asphalt. And then for item 16, we're opening bids from Property Pros, Paver Guy, and Clean Pavers for the Toll Brothers Pod 1 paver service area clean and seal coat paver alleyways. We'll do that throughout the rest of the management report, and then we'll revisit those bid results when we arrive to those items on the agenda.
Thank you, Deanne.
Of course.
All right, new home closing. As of May 31st, there were 5,332 units paying assessments. This number includes homes in 10 benefited service areas that are fully built out, as well as 1,058 city homes. Our facilities department update, our director Jeff Hyman is going to provide the update. Jeff, you are up.
Potential pool has been closed and was inspected for a water leak. American Leak Detection found a broken skimmer line and many cracks in the plaster, one of which had water protruding through at the time of the inspection. Facilities department worked with various contractors to collect bids for board consideration. Once a bid had been reported, the contractor then excavated a section of the pool deck to expose the suspected broken skimmer line. Soon after, another pressure test was performed in which we located the exact location of the break in the main skimmer line. Plumber was then dispatched and they successfully completed the repair. Ultimate Concrete is in the process of replacing the pool deck and is currently working on the replastering of the pool. We currently do not have a time frame to reopen the pool for resident use, but we'll alert the community through an e-blast once a date has been confirmed. Pool furniture has been replaced at Aventura Pool. Facilities Department has submitted a proposal for board consideration to replace the furniture at Toll Brothers Clubhouse Pool. Drinking fountain at Toll Brothers Clubhouse has been replaced with a new unit that included a bottle refill station. Surveillance cameras were successfully installed and now operating at Atesta and Village 5 and 7 pools. Irrigation timers were reset to 6 watering days except for Sundays for the summer season of May through August per the Southern Nevada Water Authority schedule for Inspirata community. Weed control maintenance continues in each area every week as teams continue to remove any unwanted weeds that germinate. Post-emergent herbicide is applied as needed to control any germination upon discovery. Crews continue to perform detailing planters, including removing tree suckers and picking up dead foliage from trees such as Palo Verdes and African sumac trees. Tree trimming continues as the temperatures have warmed up and trees are growing more rapidly. Palm trees and various common areas throughout the community were pruned. Facilities Department in Brightview performed a landscape turnover walk with Inspirata Builders Group for common area streetscapes along Via Altamira between Avenida Brancusi and Paroli Street. Brightview has included this area on their monthly rotation. Brightview has completed the spring plant tree replacements for 2022. A proposal has been submitted to the board for additional needed plant and tree replacements throughout various areas of the community. Brightview submitted proposals for this year's Rock Refresh project that includes various common areas and city home properties throughout the community. Facilities Department and Brightview has performed a landscape turnover walk with Toll Brothers for phase 2 of Pod 5-2. Brightview to include new areas to their maintenance rotation in August. Keller Davis Contracting has successfully completed the Altera Monument signage project, which included wall sconces and pergolas. Brightview completed landscape enhancement projects at Altera, terraces, and the estate's gated entrances. Baller light fixtures were successfully installed in the terraces gated neighborhood. High impact signs is in the manufacturing stage for a monument sign that will be installed at the main entrance to Park gated neighborhood. KB has successfully installed landscape lighting at the entrance to the estate's gated. And Unforgettable Coatings has successfully completed the repaint project for the Inspirata monuments along Volunteer and Bicentennial.
Thank
So
We promised the next few are gonna be quick.
yeah.
So our DRC Community Standards Director, Sonia Lindquist, will provide compliance and DRC committee report.
Okay, mine'll be a heck of a lot quicker than Jeff's. So over the last quarter, the compliance
team has created 2,379 courtesy notices, 205 violation notices, and 58 hearing notices. 36 hearing outcome letters were sent out since the last meeting. For design review, there were 336 new applications received, and 328 applications have been completed and closed.
Perfect. Our lifestyle director, Annalise Camboy, is going to provide the lifestyle update and social committee report.
Based on numerous requests, the farmer's market was moved to the first and third Saturdays of the month from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You'll see the same great vendors, artisan crafts, and goods. Due to the weather heating up, food truck Fridays have been paused throughout the summer and will pick up again in September. The annual spring garage sale was on Saturday and Sunday, April 23rd and 24th. There were a total of 80 homes who participated on Saturday and 37 homes on Sunday. The social committee proposed sending a survey to all who participated to inquire about moving forward with either a Saturday or Sunday for the next garage sale. We collected 29 results and the consensus preferred Saturday only. Therefore, the next sale is scheduled for Saturday, September 10th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration will open soon, so look out for the announcement in this week's e-blast. On May 6th, we celebrated Inspirata Moms during the Food Truck Friday by honoring them with a gift and dessert giveaway. There was a craft table to create Mother's Day cards, a sweet treat courtesy of Romano's, and a succulent giveaway compliments of our own community landscapers, Brightview Landscape Company. May was National Bike Month, an opportunity to exhibit the many benefits of cycling. To promote and encourage safe and fun cycling for all ages and skill levels, Inspirata partnered with local cycling professionals and advocates to host a number of events, including a bike repair event, a daily reminder which was posted on our social media channels in preparation for the National Bike to Work or School Day on Friday, May 20th. On May 21st, wrapping up the celebration of the National Bike Month, the association collaborated with the Southern Nevada Bicycle Coalition and the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada for an education and safety demonstration in the Salisa Pavilion, followed by a guided group ride throughout the community. All were welcomed to attend the demonstration. There were a total of 10 residents who registered, and the ride was open to all ages and skill levels. Food trucks were also on site during the event in case they spiked up an appetite. On Friday, June 3rd, we kicked off the summer with a movie on the mound at the Aventura baseball field. The cinema started at sundown with Sing 2 on the big screen. Entertainment was provided by DJ Jace, and food trucks were on the scene to satisfy those movie munchies. It's like a tongue twister. On Friday, June 17th, Dads of Inspirata were celebrated with fun, food, crafts, and entertainment, and a free scoop of ice cream courtesy of Romano's. We also commemorated Juneteenth with an evening of rejoicing and reflection with African drummer Howard Crash Valentine as he performed traditional African rhythms for dancing, meditation, and healing. On Friday, July 1st, we kicked off the 4th of July weekend with the Red, White, and Bruise fundraiser. The association partnered with the Nevada Beverage Company, Liquor World, and Anheuser-Busch. This was a 21 and over event, which featured live music by Marissa and the Hollenbecks, food trucks, and ice cold beers. Registration and an entry fee was required, and a portion of the proceeds went to the Folds of Honor, a nonprofit organization that helps provide the families of fallen and disabled service members with educational scholarships. The Lifestyle Department continues to plan the third quarter with the following events. National Night Out on Tuesday, August 2nd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is an opportunity to learn about the initiatives and programs to help build a strong and safe community, get to know your neighbors, and strengthen relationships with law enforcement and community partners. Plus, we will have fun, food, and lots of demonstrations. On Friday, September 30th, we will be hosting the October Beer Fest with Love and Lager. This year's Fall Festival will be on Friday, October 28th with the Big Top Circus and Carnival. There will be carnival games, performances, and many fun activities. On November 11th, we will celebrate Veterans Day with a special program and a proposed dedication ceremony. We are also planning the annual meeting celebration on November 16th and the Winter Festival on Saturday, December 1st. The lifestyle department will continue to bring fun, culture, and more activities for all ages. We create and you celebrate. I'm Annalise Gamble, your lifestyle director, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, Annalise. I almost feel like a Paul. All right, our assistant committee manager, Caitlin Moran, will provide updates for our community enhancement committee and service area committee. Short and sweet.
Yes.
They are.
Hi, everybody. So our Community Enhancement Committee was able to meet at their scheduled June 2022 meeting. They have a few possible enhancements, one of which is actually on our agenda today for approval, but they also have others that they're still researching and will provide to the directors once they've gotten better ideas and proposals for the entire community. The committee will continue their efforts to meet regularly to discuss upcoming or possible enhancements. And service area committees. These committees include, excuse me, all of the areas such as Altera, Escala, the Estates, Milano, Park, Porta, and Terraces. Majority of the service area committees were able to meet during their scheduled June meetings. Committees that did meet performed recaps of the previous meeting, review of the budget, and potential projects for the rest of the 2022 year. Several committee vetted projects are on the agenda for board review at this meeting.
Thank you, Caitlin. All right. Review and approve items unanimous consent agenda. The board has taken the following unanimous consent actions since the last board meeting. Approved installation of park monument sign. The board took action to approve installation of park monument sign upon sign being produced. Approved proposal for major pool repairs at Potenza. Jeff gave you the update on that. And then approved social committee recommendation regarding replacement of Solista Clubhouse coffee table. Yeah. Those are the items that the board took with unanimous consent. Review and approve items, common area turnover. The board will consider action to approve amendment number 4 to the Brightview Landscape Maintenance Contract, which accommodates common area maintenance responsibilities that have been turned over to the association since the last meeting. This includes the following. We have a lot of them. Pod 7.4 common areas, Pod 5.3 common areas, Pod 6.5 common areas, Pod 7.2 common areas, 2 pet stations, 1 each on Pod 7.4 and Pod 6.5, 1 trash container, Pod 6.5, and 81 city homes on Pod 7.2. A detailed list and amendment was provided to the board. The action to be taken is motion to approve.
Make a motion.
Second. Everybody in agreement? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Review and approve items, plant and tree replacement proposal. The board will consider action to approve landscape proposals from Brightview for the replacement of various underperforming plants and trees in common areas and minor replacements in city homes, Altera gated community, and Terraces gated community. These proposals primarily include replacement of underperforming plants and trees that were damaged by windstorms during spring. Staff recommendation is to approve. Action to be taken is motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Community Enhancement Committee members. The board will consider action to approve the appointment of Patricia Schmidt and Megan Gonzalez to the Community Enhancement Committee. Staff recommends approval of appointment of the 2 new committee members. Both are members in good standing. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Design Review Committee members. The board will consider action to approve the appointment of Alyssa Baker to the Design Review Committee. Alyssa works professionally in the architectural industry. Staff recommends approval of the appointment of Alyssa Baker. She is a member in good standing. Motion to approve.
Motion.
You guys are good. All right. Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Covenants Committee members. The board will consider action to approve the appointment of Leland Sands and Doug Clayton to the Covenants Committee. Staff recommends approval of the appointment of the 2 new committee members. Both are members in good standing. Motion to approve.
Motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Social Committee members. The Board of Directors approved 2 new members to the Social Committee in January of 2022, Ania Blood and Ashley Lewin. Both members have not attended a meeting since their appointment. The Social Committee made an unanimous decision at their last meeting to remove Anita Blood and Ashley Lewin from the committee due to non-attendance. Harold Friedman, who was an appointed alternative, non-voting member, was then nominated to fulfill their term until the end of 2023. The committee has also made the decision to function as a 7-member board committee. Staff recommends supports the decision of the Social Committee to remove Ania Blood and Ashley Lewin and appoint Harold Freeman to fulfill their term. Motion to remove Ania and Ashley and appoint Harold Freeman as a full member of the Social Committee to fulfill their term until December 23. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Holiday decorations. So the board will consider action to approve a proposal for the installation of holiday decorations at Inspirada, Solista Park, and all community monuments areas. Altera, the Estates, Milano, Park, Porta de Ferro, and Terraces. Staff recommends approval of all the proposed holiday lighting proposals. All the service areas have reviewed and recommended, and so motion to approve all
Yeah.
holiday.
Okay, I just was making sure, because I know in the past, they always made, okay.
Yes, they
Yeah,
have.
motion to approve.
All right, second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Consideration to install concrete benches along the west trail. The board will
Yeah, you skipped over.
Investments.
Yeah.
here, this way.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Acknowledgement of investments. The board will consider action to accept investments which the treasurer has initiated to remain within FDIC insured limits for the association investment policies. Included is a spreadsheet showing the status of the investments that was provided to the board as of July 7th. The cash accounts highlighted, well, you don't need to know that. Anyway, motion to acknowledge.
Motion. Second.
All in favor, aye. All right. Review and approve items, Lennar New Service Area, the Luca, Inspirada Parcel 2A. The board will consider action to adopt Lennar neighborhood budget pending IB LLC approval of supplement establishing the neighborhood. Lennar neighborhood budget provided to board for review. Staff recommends action to adopt the Lennar neighborhood budget.
So moved.
Second.
Everybody in favor?
Clarify that subject to IBL.
Yeah, second too.
Subject to, got it. Consideration to install concrete benches along the west trail. The board will consider action to approve the committee enhancement committee recommendation proposal for the installation of benches and concrete pads along the west trail. The proposal is to install 12 concrete benches, including the Inspirada logo, and pads behind the neighborhoods along the west trail. Staff recommends approval of the benches and concrete pads proposal based on community enhancement committee requests and sufficient allowance and budget for neighborhood enhancements. The budget impact is operating was $26,510. Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Thank you. Pool furniture replacement at Toll Brothers Clubhouse. The board will consider action to replace the pool furniture at Toll Brothers Clubhouse from reserve funds. The Toll Brothers Reserve Funds is 26,902. Motion to approve.
Wait a minute. So is it all the pool furniture? All of, like the whole deck, including some of the stuff that's up close right there?
So it's excluding the tables and chairs that are on the deck or on the patio, because
Okay.
those are still in excellent condition. The only
Yeah.
thing they will do is re-sling those to match whatever sling color we pick for the
Okay,
lounges and the chairs out by the deck.
okay. I hadn't done that before, so I just want to make sure. All right, thank you.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
2022 Rock Refresh Project. The board will consider action to approve a landscape rock refresh in various areas of need throughout the community, city homes, and park gated community from reserve funds. Reserve funds, the master would be $54,679, city homes, $25,107, and park, $6,085. Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we're getting to where we are opening bids. This is the wrought iron repainting in Porta de Ferro.
So these bids were just opened tonight. We'll go ahead and announce the name of the vendor and then just the overall price, but then staff will take these back, kind of collect all of the details and then give them over to the board to possibly make unanimous consent decisions or put them on your next agenda for approval, probably unanimous consent, so you don't wait a whole quarter. So for the item number 14, for the iron repainting, it's CertaPro Painters came in at $4,480. Empire Works came in at $4,700. And Unforgettable Coatings came in at $5,279. So is there a motion to postpone to unanimous consent?
Motion.
And then item 15 is asphalt repair and seal coat, which Jeff has those bid results over there.
We have J&J Enterprises at $16,544. American Pavement at $22,097 for their standard seal coat, and then they put a price on there for slurry at $29,815.77. Sunland came in at $18,275. Holbrook, so for their HA5 high density mineral bond, $31,584. Premium seal coat was $25,253, and their standard seal coat is $23,897.
Thank you, Jeff. Is there a motion to postpone that item to unanimous consent for further
I'll
consideration?
motion to postpone.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then item 16 is the last for the sealed bids. I think I said their name was Clean Pavers earlier. I believe they might be a DBA for D&M cleaning services. Their bid came in at $55,000. Paver Guy came in at $94,500. And then Property Pros came in at $90,720.
Can we just, yeah.
So we'll go ahead and,
Motion to postpone.
was that to unanimous consent or indefinitely forever? I'm teasing.
Yeah, let's just not do it. Let's just skip it out.
We'll call to unanimous consent. I have Krista first.
I second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Perfect,
I have
thank
a
you.
question, this is a reserve expense?
For that last one? Yes, I believe all three are reserved expenses. So staff will collect the details, give you the bids, and give you kind of a better summary at a later date.
It's always interesting to find what the bids are.
Well, there are some things that we use so many times, and then sometimes it's not apples to apples.
Right.
And sometimes people have to square through their job.
All right, so the item that most of us have been waiting for. DRC recommendation revised design guidelines to add proposed language that provides clarification on entertainment lighting and permanent holiday lighting. Pending legal review and IB LLC approval. The board will consider action to approve recommendation for design review committee to revise design guidelines to add proposed language that provides clarification on entertainment lighting and permanent holiday lighting.
I'm sorry, these need IB LLC approval as well?
Yes.
And these are just guidelines, though.
Correct.
Why does IB LLC have to approve?
For the charter, during the founders group. For that rate, I believe is retained until 100% completion.
Passing.
Yeah, until they sell every lot, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Well, you always call correction.
I do, so I try very hard, but it's been a while. I've been out of the game, at least the detailed game, but yeah.
Yeah,
And that's normal for a founder to retain in the ERC rights to the very end.
wow.
Okay.
So obviously, we've had time to look at this for a few weeks before this meeting. We didn't just get it today, so, yeah. Yes. So, personally, I would move to approve the DRC recommendations. I know they worked hard on this one.
We have a second?
I'll second. Yeah. Go ahead. No.
I'll second.
Lisa, that's what I put in this pending legal review and.
Pending legal review and IB LLC approval. So, all right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, integrated landscape lighting enhancement at Milano. Board consider action to approve a proposal for the installation of landscape lighting at Milano entryway. The proposal is to install UF wiring and 20 landscape lights on the right and left side of the entrance and the middle median. This was vetted and approved by Milano Service Area. It is not Milano? Motion to approve proposal,
Motion to approve.
second,
I'll second.
Milano is quickest to get.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, for a second.
I just didn't know what.
All in favor, aye? Bollard installation at East Trail Utility Access Road. The board will consider action to approve the proposal to install 2 removable bollards and 4 non-removable bollards at East Trail Utility Access Road, easement at Angel Bluff.
The school.
It's behind the school.
Okay. And that's to.
That is-
prohibit vehicular traffic.
Correct, because that is the responsibility of the HOA.
That's
Yes.
section. Okay.
So,
Wow.
People can still walk, they'll still be able to walk and ride their bikes, but it's gonna stop the golf carts from being able to drive.
Well, I noticed that somebody has picked it up and moved one of them out, like the yellow ones that are right there, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but these will be lockable.
Okay.
They'll be lockable.
Cause have you noticed it was the one in the middle was like over, off, out?
Well, these aren't installed yet.
No.
There's something, okay, all right, but I'm not understanding where they're at.
They're like what you're talking
That
about,
one,
like on
exactly.
the West Trail at the trailhead.
Yes.
City had, the
Yeah.
builder put in the ones so to prevent vehicular traffic going through there.
Well, I always wonder though, the ones that are on the side, how are they picking it up? To get their golf cart through, like I've seen that done. So we say movable, but how are they picking them up?
It's because city they don't lock for this stuff, right?
Okay, they will lock, that's.
Yeah,
that's-
they're
that's what I'm
all
thinking.
lockable,
Okay.
but the city's responsible for locking the ones in the public areas and they don't. So
Okay,
they just pull them out of the ground.
all right, that's what I'm looking for, cause I was like, why would we spend that if you could just simply
Yeah.
walk up and pick it up and move it over there?
Yeah.
I've also seen police vehicles pull them off, do their deal down the trail and just leave them off. I've
Interesting.
actually put them back up.
do we have a motion to approve?
Yeah, I'll motion.
Second.
I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Wow. That was exciting. All right, we are gonna wait 5 minutes. We're gonna move into our closing homeowner forum. Do we have any closing homeowner forum comments? Barbara?
I'll go check with Tasha.
I'm wondering if we are gonna resume the managers meetings. So for those who aren't familiar, early on in the beginning stages of Inspirata, we had really heated HOA meetings. There was like yelling back and forth. It was crazy. So for those of you who were here then, you might remember that. We also had some people in the office who made decisions that the homeowners weren't exactly thrilled with, and because we have a builders board, the homeowners really just felt like we didn't have a say in anything. So they created the RAP for us as an agreement between the builders at that point and the homeowners, so we could sort of have a say in the goings on. And then the RAP was transitioned into the CEC, but they had also added managers meetings somewhere in that mix, where the community manager held a meeting once a month and invited homeowners who had issues or problems. Because a lot of it isn't really like board of directors issues, they're more like management issues. And so the manager was unable to like explain what was happening, why it was happening. They were able to solve a lot of problems before like angry people came to the board.
Got it.
They also kind of turned into an informational session too, where some of the information that was given to the homeowners would be like a breakdown of courtesy notices that went out, so we could know like why is there 2,000 courtesy notices going out? Like, is it all garbage cans? Is it like, you know, what? So you could kind of categorize them for us. Also, the same thing with courtesy patrol. Sometimes the courtesy patrol reps would come and they would give us a breakdown of calls. So safety is a kind of a big issue. There was something that happened recently, I don't remember what it was. And everyone's like, this never happened before. And I'm like, well, it was happening, you just didn't have Facebook. So we have Facebook now, so everybody knows, but it might be helpful to, I think there are some homeowners who would be interested to know what's going on. It sounds like some of us made an inference from the last e-blast that went out that maybe there was some vandalism in the community, and we don't know anything about it, so we're not necessarily on the lookout for it, when maybe this is something that we should probably be aware of as homeowners. And so I was just wondering, with all that background, if we could start those back up again.
Thank you.
We have water comment right here.
Hi there, my name is Steve Smalley. I'm a proud owner of a house in the west side of. I think that a lot of these things that we're doing are great. I'm a proud American. I like to show my lights at my house, and I would want to show them more for the 6 days. I feel like it's a joke to me that I can only show them for 6 days. I want to show them for the whole month. And also for Halloween. We've done like Halloween contests here, and if we can't have lights for the whole month, you know, October, I feel like I'm not really able to celebrate Halloween. That's just my.
Thank you.
If I'm reading this correctly, there's certain set times for the holidays that are marked in here. And then we have to request our personal holidays, and we only get a day or two for those holidays. I mean, what about Columbus Day? That is a national federal holiday. I mean, some states don't recognize it, but it's a big holiday in our household. And it's a nationality, and I just don't think that should be something that, I mean, there's a lot of nationalities in this community that should be recognized on this, and should be more than one day.
We're definitely gonna be open to recommendations that we receive. We were just trying to get something to provide clarification. And so we're at a starting point, but I mean, we definitely will be open to recommendations for other holidays.
And I think though too,
Well, I
like,
think
to
we,
understand,
Hold on one at a time.
sorry, but to understand, I think you need to revisit that, because I'm sure there's some veterans in this room.
I'm not
Not
sure.
recognize that even as a minor holiday. So if you were to approach that and get that out to the community, I don't think you as a board would want to answer to that. You have Memorial Day, perfect, but there are people in this room that are veterans that don't want to honor that. And please understand though too, the gentleman next to me about Halloween. We have our Halloween contest, I believe that's before October 24th. So we're adjusting that as well. So you have to, please look at the whole picture.
Understand? Thank you.
I think you should include all 11 holidays. There's 11 national holidays.
Okay.
And did anybody go to the fireworks? Nobody went to the fireworks on the 4th of July. Unreal. You know what time they start? 10 o'clock. We want our lights to go off at 10 o'clock. Come on.
Can I give a summary just of this for everybody's benefit? If you didn't get a chance to read the draft that's been approved by the board tonight, subject to legal and IBLLC's review. Basically what it's saying is it has the major holidays and it has the dates for those holidays and then the minor holidays. But also what's attached is that form to request the variance. And what the board and the DRC committee plan to do is look at the variances that do come in so that those lists can be modified over time. So if there's a missing holiday such as Veterans Day or such as you'd like an expanded Halloween holiday, I highly recommend that you use that form to communicate that interest because those forms, the collection of forms that they receive, is what they're gonna use to modify that list again.
We've been waiting 3 months. And we got no answers. And my first question last meeting was, when did the rules change? Apparently you're making a draft now. Your HOA rules today online read any holiday 30 days before, 30 days after, we can have lights. When did it change? I asked you 3 months ago.
And then when you send somebody and they ask about it, you paraphrase what is in there
Yes.
in a letter. So you mix up the wording, paraphrase it to the letter back to the homeowner.
I mean,
It is not, it's raw, and these lights are not gaudy, they're not tacky, they're very well done on a house, there's nothing compared to some of the way some people decorate their houses with regular lights and decorations, I mean, it's very elegant, very nicely done lighting. I mean, how you could judge that compared to the other things that are going on in this community is just insane.
it is. My neighbor just put in 9 lights in the front yard. Low voltage, and it's HOA approved, and I can't have my white lights on at night. What is the difference?
You call them security and we'll let you get it. That's what people are doing, they're calling and you guys are letting it go through.
I mean,
Turn lights are.
have you ever gone out at night and watched any of these streets? Really? I mean, you're sitting on the board, go look at them. I mean, it's unreal.
Okay, thank you.
How far in advance do you have to send this notification in for a special holiday? And then what is the ratio of approvals that are getting? Because I got an email on July 6th that my 4th of July lights were on. It was still light out. My lights don't come on until 8 or 9 o'clock when it gets dark. So how could I get a violation on a day that I didn't even have my lights on 2 days after a holiday?
So these rules or this guideline, just to clarify,
Are you answering these to the board?
I'm helping out with them, that's,
Could you go up front, because I wear hearing aids and I can't see
Sure.
from behind me.
absolutely, I can do that.
And nobody has still answered my question. I don't mean to interrupt. But
About when did
was
they
the rules
change?
change?
Well, do you notice how we said it pending IBLLC's approval? That may have been initially established in a broad way without very
But that
defined.
is- But we spent money putting these on by reading your rules.
Your broad rules.
And your rules say it's okay to do it. Why can you change them now? Grandfather it in, do something else. You can't change rules on me just because you don't like my lights.
I like
No, I don't mean you personally. My rules as of today still read,
Has anybody in this room received, sorry, please, I'm gonna say this rhetorically, please don't answer if you don't feel comfortable, but if you've received a design review denial for your trim lights or an approval with conditions that are different than what you're expecting,
yes.
let's talk about that in detail because this document is intended to clarify what you may have received a conditional approval for. Like this lovely lady pointed out, there's some miscommunication between how we paraphrase things. This is supposed to give enough detail to the staff so that they can be a little bit more clear about those conditional approvals. And some of the information in your past letter might conflict with these new rules that they're trying to adopt tonight to give that color to this. If you have trim lights, what they're adopting now doesn't mean that you have to remove your trim lights.
No, I know that.
Okay, I'm making sure that there's a number of people in here who may have gotten different types of information, so.
Well, first of all,
Okay.
Anybody on the meeting thinks they have to remove them. I think what they believe is that they're only allowed to have them up maybe 10 days before Christmas and maybe on Easter. But other than that, they're gonna get fined, they're gonna get pictures taken by the little carts with the lights on them. And that's all, you know, they spent all this money because in the initial rules, it was very broad that you can have them.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, it was told, no, you can't have your lights on, we're gonna send our guys for you and you're gonna get fined.
and you don't get that till you get your approval letter.
Do you guys want me to clarify anything else? You want me to?
Well, there was
Good.
one, I will just interject, there was some things that did need to be addressed, like when you do the bistro lights, what were you attaching them to? So there was nothing to find in there. There was some dangerous things that people might have been doing, like over the top of the pool. Or going into a wood pool where they're not. So there was that wasn't in the piece to begin with that needed to be addressed.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the.
Well, I'm saying this policy, I think.
mean,
That's high voltage lights, the trim lights are low.
Well, I think this
I
policy
know.
was, or this guideline, I think, was to address entertainment lighting and holiday lighting.
Yeah,
And
there
it
was-
sounds like right now,
We're on.
none of the comments are regarding the entertainment lighting, and there
Right.
doesn't seem to be any issues with that section of this guideline. Really, the only concerns that I'm hearing now is for the holiday timelines.
Right.
And that's
You
it.
keep saying holiday, I mean,
Well, can I ask a question? Well, when you say like holiday, if we say Columbus Day, what color are we talking, like, are we
who
talking?
cares?
That's a really bad one.
I
I don't
mean,
know, I just wonder,
If
because
my
the light
wife-
lights
if
are
my
on all the
wife
time,
wants to-
right?
if my wife
I think
wants
the
to
color
put
is
up,
if it's different than white, then it changes from the entertainment. to
I
the
think because
holiday.
sometimes I hear
Trying to
from,
treat it.
yeah, sometimes I hear from neighbors like, why do they got purple lights on, you know? I hear that.
because purple is for cancer, some
Yeah.
of my neighbors have.
Okay.
So request that through a variance so that we
I
can try to
mean-
capture that. If you can request that on a
I
variance
don't,
form.
I shouldn't have to request that,
Yeah,
my
that's what-
rules
that's
say,
what's a little bit.
what you're doing is you're sending me a notice that hasn't even been approved.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're sending me, telling me my lights cannot be on, and I've asked
You do,
you
yeah.
for 3 months when the rules were changed and nobody can tell me.
Okay, but that's why we're here today too. to
Yeah,
have
but
a-
no,
yeah.
but I.
So that you don't get a notice.
So now I gotta go another 3 months?
No,
Let me ask you something, if I put in for a pool, do I get a letter when it's approved saying, can't have kids screaming after 9, no food or alcohol without written permission? Who are you to tell me that I can't have my lights on after 10 o'clock at night on the 4th of July? And the fireworks don't start, I mean, somebody put no thought into this, I could have did this in 2 minutes.
So out of respect for the owners forum online, this isn't a Q&A. I think the board is trying to clarify.
I think
and
you
give-
just want to cut it short.
No,
No, not at all.
Yeah, very much so. I see you people, you don't, nobody is answering questions except her.
Correct.
She's
It's-
not the board.
I'm not the board and it's not a Q&A. They asked me to try to clarify, so we're out of respect for everyone's time. We're gonna move on to anyone else that has comments for trim lights. I think I've heard from you, sir. Do you have anything else, ma'am? I don't want to cut anybody off because that's not the intention, but we do want to keep it organized. And I know that the gentleman in the back had a couple more comments. Is there anything else?
Yeah, for example, like with the whole thing that happened with Ukraine, like I had lights out to support them. But if I had to send in a request, I feel like that's ridiculous. I feel like there needs to be some kind of method that's a lot more effective. I feel like if we have a permit, when we have those lights, I feel like we shouldn't even have to ask for permission.
Okay, thank you for your comments. Are there any other comments on trim lights?
I just have a comment that was made, and someone mentioned safety and security, and the quick response from the board was, they're not safety or security. Is that your decision to say that? Or is it our decision how we want to feel safe?
Your insurance adjuster will say it's not.
Whoa,
secure.
whoa, I wouldn't have time with Jonathan.
Hold on,
There is no
sir.
such thing as security. in
Sir, it's one
insurance.
comment at a time. So I'm gonna go to the gentleman in the back.
That is absolutely, Jonathan Penn is right up here, and you brought this up last time. Security lights have nothing to do with insurance. Not
Okay.
one
No,
thing.
but by definition, by law, you have to have it established somehow. So if you have these parameters that you're living by, one of the things that I would always refer to is what somebody else refers to them as. They're referred to as trim lights and decorative lights. They've never been referred to as safety and security. That's the reason why I said that.
But if I have a green floodlight, what is that?
You mean the one that comes up on the house, like we have one on our flag. Yeah, we have one on our flag too.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Is the floodlight?
Isn't it safety and security light?
No.
But it's not- so
Our,
my
we're a
question-
military
Excuse me,
family.
can you stop right there?
Yeah.
You guys are living green.
I think
But that's
he's talking on what
You have-
kind of
you have
lights,
to be
he's
united.
talking about the motion sensor one, about the garage, like a
Oh,
floodlight with your
I thought
camera.
you meant like
No,
light up your
no,
flag.
that's-
I thought that was list too.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the thing, right, it's the view of the person who's putting the trim lights in. Yes, they're decorative for all of us, right, we all have our own holidays, but also the white light is a feeling of being safe and secure. They're not absurd, when you live on the perimeter of the property or of the Inspirada on the trails, those are, the white lights are good, or they, by motion, they pop up. They're on the whole time because there's motion constantly in our area.
The trim lights have motion detectors
No,
on
the
them?
ones that don't, they're gazebo lights that go along your back railing, those pop on with motion.
Those
Or
are the
front as
entertainment.
well.
Oh, you see it.
So
I just think we just need to understand what we're looking for, we're following the guidelines when we walk out the house, right, the 30 days before, the 30 days after. Sometimes they're white lights because it's not a holiday, but understand the reason why, they illuminate for a reason.
They do give a lot of light.
And we can control that as well.
And I live on a cul-de-sac that has no street light, so per Henderson says it's required. There's no. No
Is it one
lights
of
in
the
my
ones that is out, one of
I am
your
just
out?
dark, so without me having any kind of lights on, it's very dark. Well, City of Henderson says it's required in law,
They don't have
but they don't have it.
Are there any other comments on trim lights or entertainment lights before we close this subject out?
Question.
Sir?
I noticed, I don't know if it's in the previous documents that exist, but it says on the patio lighting, they have to be off at 10 o'clock, but I didn't see a reference to time when the holiday on.
We can look into that and definitely get back to you. I don't want to. Is there no shut off time for holiday lights that we can find easily?
Not on that paperwork, there isn't. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
referenced in the original CCRs or.
I don't believe so. We can definitely double check to make sure, but I don't believe there's a shut off time for the holiday light portion of this.
That's what I assume.
Barbara?
So I do have a question about the 10 PM thing for entertainment lights. So like you're out on your patio and you can't have your Easter lights on, or like that doesn't make sense.
After 10 o'clock, you mean?
Yeah, because a lot of people, especially, I mean, it's hot here, so you sit outside at night when it's cooler. So are we expected to sit in the dark, or that seems kind of ridiculous?
Or be
Well,
at a
and-
party
and-
over the weekend.
That makes sense, understood, so, and again, this is an owner's forum, it's not necessarily a Q&A, but your whole board is hearing all of these comments, and so I think they're taking it all under advisement. Are there any other comments on entertainment lights or trim lights before we close the subject out?
Thank you for your effort so far.
Of course. Thank you guys for trying to help us stay organized. We know it's an important subject to you guys. We're gonna close out the trim lights and entertainment lights subject. Are there any other comments for owners, forum, from our audience members? Not seeing anything. I'm gonna go ahead and check with Tasha and see if there's any comments from online.
Okay, we have 2 comments.
Okay, so our first comment from online is, are there areas in Inspirado where grass will be removed to be in compliance with the New Henderson rules for water use? Will residents be able to provide feedback?
On the grass area, that's in the new requirements.
Okay. Yeah. And then another comment regarding trim lights, why can't we have them as white lights when not on holidays?
Gotcha. And we'll make sure that we get this information about entertainment lights out to everyone. Maybe that'll add some clarity to that. Maybe they'll have some more comments to help us craft this language in the future. Yeah. Awesome. All right, that's it for online. That closes out your owners forum. If you guys want to move to adjournment.
So can we have a motion to adjourn? Ladies, motion to adjourn. All in favor, aye, thank you, 7:08.